Yay! Happy Wednesday.
Hello. Here we
Welcome,
are, Soul Sisters, coming
sisters.
to you live. We got some more tips for you.
Yay! So fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed last month's tips, Erin, and I appreciate you just really teaching about the tapping that's actually helped me this last month. And I actually went back and watched the recording a couple of times because I
Yay!
found it very helpful. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And
Aw.
we hope that you guys are finding this helpful as well as we learn and grow. We want you to learn and grow with us. So thank you for being
Absolutely.
here with us. And today, we would just like to share some healthy tips to get you through the holiday season. And guess what? We have four tips, three or four. Well, there's like three in three, so I'm going to say three tips. Three simple tips.
I'm excited to share the tips, and I also just in the heart and vein of gratitude because that's what this month is about, and we're taking time to focus on all we're thankful for. I just want to express my gratitude for you, and it really is like the coolest thing to get to do an entrepreneurial type of venture with your sister who happens to also be your best friend. I'm like, as I get older, I realize how many people don't have this little special thing that Shay
Mm,
and I have. So I'm really grateful that I just have her, period. But it's seriously like icing on the cake that we get to do this kind of thing together. So I just wanted to say thanks, Shay. I love you.
thanks. Love you too. We are blessed. We are
We are so
blessed.
blessed. All right, let me share my screen with you so you can see this amazing presentation that my sister, who is all things nutrition, has put together for us. For one moment, you will see weird stuff, but then I'll get us to the right place.
So, besides just having an affinity for natural things, Erin and I, we're
Mhm.
also certified holistic wellness coaches. And
Yes.
so, if these trips, tips and tricks resonate with you and you want a little bit more information, you're like, I could really use a coach during this time frame of my life, please feel free to reach out. But we just want to give this to you because we like learning and we're actually doing some of these things. So we're like, hey, maybe somebody will benefit from this. So we're going to give you a few healthy tips to help you through the holiday season. And I just want to say, like, usually around this time of year, I see other people, but myself included, I might just give myself a little like free pass and wait till the new year to start anything. Wait till the new year. But did you know an average person can gain 5 to 10 pounds during the holiday season? What?
Yeah.
What? Let's start those resolutions today, people, okay? Not
Yeah.
only are they going to help you, but they also will boost your immunity and help you stay healthy through the holiday season. So
Yeah.
let's start today.
Let's start today. Absolutely. And I just want to share my very favorite tip for the holidays is to, if you're going somewhere to like someone else's house, bring the healthy thing that you want to eat. So don't like play victim to, there's nothing good to eat or whatever the mentality is. Decide that you will create the good thing to eat. So I just want to throw that out there.
Yes. So we do have four. We do have four tips.
I need the extra one. I just added. Sorry.
Yeah, that's an extra credit. Extra credit.
Totally.
So we just want to remind you, here's our valuable lifestyle pyramid. We talked about toxins before, but now we want to go back to that bottom pyramid, that bottom line there, which is our foundation. eating right is going to help us with all those other things that are above it. So really think about eating right and treating your body right is going to give you that foundation that you need. So we just wanted to remind you of our little lifestyle pyramid. I'll go to the next slide. There we are. We're talking about eating right. So, a gentleman that I hold near and dear to my heart, who's a DO, Dr. Hill, says, "You and I are part of a health conscious society, and knowledge is the great key master. The cornerstone element of that knowledge is our understanding and use of complete nutrition." So I just love that. So having that knowledge gives us power on how to treat our body right. So did you know that the FDA has, there's over 5,000 food chemicals that the FDA says you don't have to list as ingredients? And those food chemicals are neurotoxins. So we really want to do our best to eat whole food that's organic. Really, the best way to eat your food is raw. But just having that intention of having that knowledge of knowing what you're putting in your body and knowing that when they say like, and natural ingredients, or they say, and other key ingredients. Those could be, some of those key ingredients could be one of those 5,000 food chemicals. So just be mindful of that. Also, sugar is a neurotoxin. And sugar, especially during the holiday season, for me, is a great time when I like to eat a lot of sugar. So knowing that that is a neurotoxin really makes me mindful of what I'm putting into my body. So we really want to take responsibility of what we are eating and what we are drinking. And speaking of drinking, Erin, can you tell us a little bit about water?
Absolutely. So, one of the places in the past year that I've turned my attention to, because as we've talked before, like all of this stuff is baby steps, and trying to,
Mm-hmm.
conquer it all in one fell swoop can be really difficult. So, I decided I was ready to take a look at my water. Water is so important. So, it's our most valuable natural resource. It is absolutely vital to hydrate and nourish our body, and it generates all forms of life on this planet, right? The human body is made up over 70% water. And it's easy to just think that just water is water, but not all water is created equal. One of my favorite resources to go check this out is EWG, which is it stands for Environmental Working Group. So EWG.org. You can put in your zip code there on that website, and it will tell you the contaminants in your local tap water. And I'm sure most of you can readily remember the travesty that happened over in Michigan and Detroit, right? And how unhealthy the drinking water was there. And, you just need to be really, really aware of what is in your water. And some neurotoxins, like Shay was talking about, a really common one that's put in water is actually fluoride. Fluoride was introduced back in the 60s, I believe, as a pesticide. And then they started putting it in all kinds of things. And they decided it would be great to put it in our toothpaste and great to put it in our water. And if you look at your tube of toothpaste, you'll notice it says, if swallowed, to call poison control. So you really don't want to be brushing your teeth or having your children brush their teeth with something that probably is going to get swallowed, right? And you are supposed to call poison control for it. So, anyhow, it just brings me back to that point that these are some of the additives that are in our water, and it's not healthy or good for us. So what I have fallen in love with is a machine. It's called a Kangen water machine. It's made in Japan, and it was initially made for their hospitals over there. It's a medical grade machine. It has over 60 uses, and essentially what it does is it restructures water and it filters the water. So not only is the water clean, but it's a proper pH. So the pH balance of your water is really important to have it be alkaline and not acidic. And it splits the water in half between alkaline and acidic. And so you can use the acidic water for so many remedies, things like cleaning your kitchen. For a healthy mouth, you can use it as like a natural mouthwash, and it helps with all kinds of things. But when you have a hydrogen rich water, it actually hydrates your body, just kind of like that sounds, right? And your body is able to absorb so much more of the water, and it's living water. It's like created right there in your house. So if you think about buying any kind of bottled water or anything like that, most of those bottled waters, by the time they get to you, have been in that plastic for up to a year, maybe even longer. So it's not really living water anymore, and the plastics have leached into it. So being able to make this hydrogen rich, alkaline, electrolyte water in your house is amazing. And in fact, my sister loves it so much that the last visit when she came to see me, she was so excited that she was going to get to drink the water.
I can't describe how good this water is, but this water is so good. When her kids come to my house, they're like, I can't drink this water. This water is so gross. I have it filtered, but it's nothing like this machine. I tell you what, it is good water.
It is good water, and it's good for the planet. So, if you're interested in learning more, I'm happy to help you, but definitely take a look at your water. Before I got this machine, I had a filter that was getting rid of fluoride. So, if that's the only step you can make right now, make that step. But definitely take a step in getting serious about your water. And if you're not drinking enough water, that's another issue with
Yes,
water,
yeah.
right? We don't consume enough. You need to work on that. At minimum, you should be drinking 8 8-ounce glasses. But really, what you need to do is divide your weight in half and then drink that amount in ounces. So if you were 150 pounds, you need to drink 75 ounces of water a day. So that's all I have to say about
Yes.
water. Over to you, Shay.
Okay, next slide. All right, tip number 2. Know what you are going to eat the day before. So I just started this and wow, I'm so glad I learned this tip prior to going into the holidays. So for the past week, I have been planning my meals. So the night before, I will actually go in and see what I'm going to eat and work on planning my meals the day before, which helps me keep my calories under control, and everything's already made so I can just grab it versus like if I'm hungry in the past, I might grab like a sugary bar or something that's um, not healthy for me, as healthy. So I have found this to really help me stay on track and stay full. So all of those up there are just, I went and looked at different trackers that you can use, but the one that I've been using a lot is that one on the right, and it's called My Healthy Planner. Um, I believe the one on the right with the person jumping in the air. But what that helps you do is it tracks your nutrients. So I'm working on seeing how much fat, carbohydrates, and proteins that I'm getting. That the right calorie intake with those macronutrients versus counting all the calories. So anyway, the biggest thing to know is that if you can start planning your meals the day before, and especially if you put them in some type of app tracker, it really keeps you accountable to staying on track and getting you through those holidays when there's all the cravings. That'll help a lot.
It's a good win.
Anything to add to that, Miss Erin?
I always love planning. I think that if you can plan your meals as much as possible, it helps you to do better in general. I even have, if anybody wants it, you can reach out to me. I have like a pre-made meal planner for your family. So you don't even have to think as much about like shopping and all of that. Just
Yeah.
helps you to kind of stay on track. And anytime you're planning, no matter what you're doing, you'll always make a better choice.
Yes, absolutely. So, tip number 3 is fill your tummy up with clean, filling ingredients. So, the average American eats 10 to 15 grams of fiber a day. And for a woman, you need 25 grams of fiber, and a man needs 38 grams. And then if you're over 50, you need 21 to 30 grams. But essentially, we're not getting enough fiber. So, doTERRA has a great fiber blend that supports your healthy gut microbiome. It doesn't have any sugars in it, all good ingredients, and it helps fill up your tummy so you can stay satisfied until your next meal. And then, Erin, you wanted to add on to this too. You had a little trick as well.
Yeah, so I'm sure many of you are familiar with fasting. What's it called, Shay? And like, why is it a
Intermittent fasting.
yes? I'm like, what's the name of the fasting? Intermittent fasting, and so that's essentially giving both your liver and your oh, why am I losing all of my words? Your metabolism, a break. And it can be a really healthy reset for blood sugar levels as well. So, one trick that you can do is you can actually do a scoop of this fiber in some water. And I believe it's only 25 calories. And so it doesn't count as breaking your fast. So especially if you're new to intermittent fasting and you're really trying to work yourself to like that 16-hour mark, which can be tough to do initially. Just having like a scoop of this fiber and water can help you make it for that stretch, just feeling a little bit fuller longer.
Yeah, definitely. So
Yeah.
fiber's one thing, and then we really like the doTERRA's, either the vegan or they have chocolate and vanilla protein powders. Again, they use whey protein in the vanilla and chocolate one, and in the vegan one, it's made with pea protein. And they make sure that the cows from the whey, they're antibiotic free, steroid free. So you're getting pure ingredients here. And the reason I wanted to point these out is you're getting hustle and bustle of the holidays, getting things ready, wrapping gifts, shopping, having family over for Thanksgiving. There's going to be times where you're like, I don't even have time to eat, or you forgot to eat because you're so busy. And then all of a sudden you're hungry. So again, so you don't grab that sugary, yummy looking, sugar coated cookie. Grab something that's got good ingredients for you. It's going to fill you up, give you that protein, and you can just make it as quickly as you can grabbing a cookie. So, and you can also have it like pre-ready to go, like in a bottle that has a little shaker thing in it, so you can just add water or milk if you want and shake it up and have it ready to go. So I just wanted to mention that as well.
And it's a really, the flavor is really nice. And I'm really into trying to have organic, grass fed, free range, meats whenever I can. And so one of the things I love is the whey, and this does come from organic grass fed cows. So that's always a bonus too.
Bonus. And lastly, I just wanted to mention, because we are on that foundation of that lifestyle pyramid, and even if you are a clean eater, you eat the right amount of ingredients, you get your fruits and veggies in. I'm so proud of you. That's hard to do. But even with all of that, we still need supplements. So you really want to make sure that you have that foundation laid out so that you have that good immune system. So important to make sure you keep your immune system boosted. So I highly recommend taking supplements. And of course, doTERRA, I find, has the best supplements. Really notice a difference, not only in my own life, but my husband notices a big difference in taking these vitamins. So much so, he gave me his credit card and said, make sure we never run out of these. So a lot of people have great testimonies on how great these vitamins are. So I highly recommend using a supplement.
Absolutely. And what's interesting about these vitamins, most people don't seem to notice the benefit of them until they like go off of the vitamins.
Yes.
And for most people, in my experience, it's related to pain, like because it really does help. It's like a natural anti inflammatory. Some of that pain will creep back. My husband had that experience. I know Shay's had that experience, and a few
Mm-hmm.
other of the clients I've worked with. Me personally, I can't make any guarantees, but I will say what happened to me in the past couple of months when I decided not to bring my vitamins with me when I was traveling. And let's face it, sometimes you don't even eat the best as you should, right? When you're traveling.
Mm-hmm.
I happened to come down with COVID. So I definitely attest, at least for me, that these are key in keeping my immune system strong and going. And my sister happened to be in all the same places with me, doing all the same
Mm-hmm.
things, but she was on her vitamins.
I was taking my vitamins, people. I was.
And she didn't catch it, and she stayed healthy and strong. So I just think that's another testament to how important nutrition is and how wonderful these particular supplements are.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we just hope you enjoyed those few little tips and tricks to start you off right towards your holiday season. And we want you to tune in next month because we will be talking about the next step in that lifestyle pyramid, and that's on how to make exercise fun. It can be fun. So we're going to show you how.
Yeah, absolutely. And we just hope that you guys have a wonderful holiday season and you get some time to enjoy being with the people that matter most to you. And thank you again for just how you show up and you support us here on this Facebook group. We really appreciate each and every one of you.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.
Bye.